Welcome back, everyone. The word post-truth was chosen by the Oxford Dictionaries as the word of the year 2016. Due to the rapid development of the internet, everyone is given the power to publicize their own opinion and information which might not be confirmed and proven to be correct. In this age of time, which the modern world is awash with information, who and what should we believe in? How should we determine what to believe in? May we welcome Lydia and Jeannie with a round of applauses to share their ideas with us.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to talk about who, what, and how to believe in this world full of imaginative reality. So there are three parts that we're going to talk about. Part one is we're going to explain why people can cooperate. And the second part is we're going to introduce some stories that humans have created. And thirdly, we're going to talk to you guys about who, what, and how to believe with so many stories packed in our world. So human cooperates because we can create story and believe in them. So I'll explain this in a second. And first, let's turn back the clock to Qing Dynasty, which is 3,000 years ago. So 3,000 years ago, Yingzheng created the first united empire in China. And thousands of years afterwards, China have a series of continuous wars in order to achieve a unified China. So how did this such large form of cooperation, war, happens, and why so many people, like thousands of soldiers, can cooperate in a battle together? So we figured out that the glue supporting this kind of cooperation behind is the belief of a story. The belief of a story of unification, that people would get a peaceful and better life after the unification. So basically, unification is a tool that Yingzheng used to bond his people together, and only when most of the Chinese citizens have faith in the same word unification, the good life after unification and the act of unification can be done. Another example is the Crusade. So it is a series of medieval military expeditions made by the Europeans to recover the Holy Land from Muslims in the 11th and 13th century. So again, the form of cooperation is war, and only when people believe in the story of Catholics and the resurrection or the good life they would get after life, they would participate in the war or believe in the Catholicism. So you can start to see the formula of cooperation, which means that why people cooperate. So people cooperate based on the belief of a story. The belief in that story will bring them in some sort of positive return, so that people would do the things that acquire in the process of believing, which is cooperation. And a few more examples, which is the religion. So, for example, people believe in that if you believe in Buddhism, then you will be relieved from human sufferings. Or Taoism, you'll be relieved from, you'll be having a long living natural life. Or Christianity. If you believe in Christianity, you will live a life full of God's love and will. So all of this believing will lead to a good life or some good things for them. And that's why people believe in them. So my partner Jeannie now is going to talk about some stories that we created. For example, law.
Talking about law, we will see from the before Christ era, the king of Babylon, Hammurabi, created a set of law. It's called the Code of Hammurabi, and this code is one of the earliest and the most complete written legal codes. At that time, that law is really trusted by all the citizens in Babylon, and it's like common sense. But what about now? How will we see? Here is an extraction of the law. If a man destroy the eye of another man, they shall destroy his eye. But one break a man's bone, they shall break his bone. If one destroy the eye of a freeman or break the bone of a freeman, he shall pay 1 gold mina. That is the currency of that time. If one destroy the eye of a man slave or break a bone of a man slave, he shall pay 1/2 his price. And then we will talk about the Declaration of Independence. And this is written in a time when the American Revolution took place, and it is to protect the human rights and freedom of the Americans. So we'll see that the law is actually just stories created for humans to cooperate more smoothly, and we have the same thing we believe in, and we can cooperate better.
So as you can see from these two laws, they are both stories created by us. But the difference between them is the Declaration of Independence is naturally more modified because it is more fair and it cares about all beings. And in the law of Hammurabi, as you can see, they are discriminating slaves at the time. So it seemed like a natural thing to discriminate slaves or see yourself higher than the others. But in the Declaration of Independence, everyone is born equal. So you can see that the second one is more modified. And the reason that we would believe in the Declaration of the Independence and use it right now is we believe that it would lead people to a better and greater life than the law of Hammurabi. So now the problem comes down to who, what, and how to believe, and Jeannie is going to share a story with all of you.
And yes, I believe that all of you know about the Typhoon Mangkhut from last week that ravaged Hong Kong and caused many damages in Hong Kong. And one day at that night, I remember one of my friends sent this picture out, and it says the Education Bureau is canceling the school suspension as the typhoon has been weakened. So school is back again, and my friends were really panicked and they're scared because they have to go to school again. Hey, but it turns out it's a prank, a very stupid prank. And this fake story spread very quickly, and my friends actually believed in that, and some of them even tried to go to school. I don't understand. So I think we're going to talk about a more serious topic. It's the propaganda. I think we'll talk about the World War I when these this is one of the Japanese propaganda, and this is one of the American propaganda. At that time, their country wanted to conquer each other, and they were very fond of the armies, and they are trying to get every of the citizens to be a soldier. So we'll see. Was that really a right move? I think not, because a lot of destructions and a lot of money was gone because they used them to build new weapons, and they actually have to rebuild all of the buildings, houses, or things they destroyed because they fight every day and the earth was like destroyed.
So as you can see, that propaganda is another form of story, and this story affects us seriously because a war back at the time is considered as a very glorious thing or very heroic thing, and right now we understand the consequences and the truth behind the story. So, in this age of information explosion, we are bombarded with truth stories, rumors, lies, facts. So, what should we do? So, we figured out, we've come out with a day method to help with you guys. So there are 3 steps. The first one is data, the second one is authoritative, and the thirdly is your knowledge. So the date method, let's start with data because numbers won't lie. We would suggest you to look at data to analyze a story, whether it's good or not, because numbers are facts and they're objectives. So that you won't be blinded by all those opinions or voices around you, because again, numbers won't lie. Secondly, is to use your understanding. So think about the matter yourself. Do you think the story is right? Scott Adam once said, "You can never underestimate the stupidity of the general public." That's why you should use your own understanding to think about the matter instead of following the general voices. So, the key to this is to be thinking critically. So, think about what like a piece of news is trying to tell you, the aim behind the news or article, and is the aim behind the news good or not? So, for example, here's the law of Hammurabi again. So, this law is trying to tell you that people are born different. Some are more prestigious than the others. So the aim behind the news, is it good for you? Of course not, because all of us would like to be equal and have to be like living in an equality society of equal love and fair. So that's why it's not good. Thirdly is to ask for professionals advice, because professionals are professional, very obvious. So that's why we should also ask their advice, because they are the ones who would not lie as well most of the time. So this is the end of our presentation. And we would hope you to be wise and enjoy yourself in the world full of story. Thank you for listening.